point that there is a heavy slam. The ground physically shakes.
What's the plan?
You just say that out loud?
Yeah, to Archie.
What was that?
What's the plan?
Well, we don't even know what we're up against again yet. We don't know if it's going to be worse or easier this time.
I know. All I know is there's a machine type thing in here, and I'm supposed to hit it really hard.
Another slam, and with this next slam, the ground shakes, and the hut and one of the two remaining huts dispels.
Can I make a history check?
Can.
What kind of fucking demon can slam that hard?
Yeah.
In my general slam dictionary.
I would also like to know.
I remember I did the study of slam.
I did the study of jam.
Cool. Absolutely. Everybody can roll.
Sure, I can
Sure,
roll
why
my
not?
-1.
Do it. You'll get a 20.
Yeah, I can roll
Hey.
my.
Yeah.
Oh, that's insight.
I've been in the
Oh, let's
hell.
go. I can just knows it's evil and should
Cool.
be smited.
Thanrea and Archie, you two succeed in this check. You both know that this portal that's within the building goes to the Endless Maze, which is Baphomet's home realm.
Yep.
Baphomet is known for minotaurs, brutality, and that sort of idea.
Yep.
Fun stuff.
Archie, you know in particular, given the history of what William Dark did before,
Yep.
that Yenogu is no more.
Yep.
Hence the Knolls.
Yep.
You know that Knolls don't do this, but what you do know, for Archie and Thanrail, Baphomet's main shtick is minotaurs and things with horns that charge things. Baphomet is known as the producer of Garistros.
Oh.
Oh, here we go, baby. I was
Let's
like,
go.
this is what I was thinking. I was thinking one of two things. I was like, this is either a Garistro or Balor.
Well,
I wish it was a power personally, but a Grisha was pretty cool.
But Garistro brings me back to the first campaign where I rolled a nat 20 athletics to stop a Garistro charge.
Oh my god.
Another heavy slam make out the sound of hooves. Grinding and then running and then bang. Garistros are running headlong into this.
Gristro the Gristro.
A Garistro is running headlong into these tiny huts. There's only one remaining and the ground is shaking.
My stream does not want to stay connected today.
The Barista Garistro.
As you prepare yourselves, I presume?
Yep.
Sure.
Shit. Do I know much about their main source of damage?
Usually
charge.
they charge. They charge. Don't let a Garistro charge is what Archie and Thanrea both know. For absolute certain. Do not let them charge because they are living siege weapons.
Hence breaking domes of force.
Yes.
Shit.
More charges. Things are moving on the other side of that wall. You get into formation, I presume.
Aye, sir.
Formation. Kalaya's gonna be back here. I'm going to cast Shadow of Moil on myself when the last thing breaks.
Yep. As another big slam, Eliza calls out, "Everybody! It's time for the beast, and then she transforms, and so does the rest of the order. Interestingly, Ariana does not. As you prepare,
Mhm.
just getting some sheets ready. Him, and that is all I think. It's just that one. Oh, and those. Finally, the wall. Finally, there's another slam, and finally, the last tiny hut is broken. You see, is your method mind running up there, Archie?
Yep.
Alrighty.
You chilling.
As the final tiny hut breaks and bursting out,
Oh
Oh
my!
my god.
Let's go.
8 Garistros pour out, one after the other. They each veer off to different groups of the order. As they run out, you notice something. You hear behind them the sound of hundreds of gnashing teeth. That begin to swarm, and you see what is the cause of the hundreds of gnashing teeth. Multiple swarms. Oops, I'll undo that. Oh, bugger.
Are those were rats?
They're gnolls.
They are swarms of gnolls.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you see as well, launching through the archway and immediately arcing upwards. I'll just copy and paste them from the other pages for easier. You see a group, not many, just a handful. Gnolls with wings. All of the, and they immediately begin to fly up. They're in the sky, just so you know. But they are beginning to move in your direction.
Ooh.
All of the gnolls have horns on their heads. They have been malformed by Baphomet's realm. As they charge forwards, roll initiative.
Oh
Like-
boy. I am not going to be able to be in this combat for very long. Just letting
That
you
is-
know.
It's fine. You have more NPCs with you who can do more damage. It's fine. I'm just gonna quickly grab a quick bite to eat and also go to the bathroom while you roll initiative.
Whoops.
I'm back. Sal!
Yeah.
Back.
I'm back.
Hey.
I'm like getting disconnected and reconnected from the stream.
Oh, boo.
It automatically reconnects, so it should be fine. I'm just hoping it doesn't make 30 other videos.
Oh, that sucks when that happens.
Mm. You can connect them together, right? as they charge out, and the movement is in where you see them there. Dan Raya, oh, is that where you want to be?
Manifested mine just in the middle of all of it.
Lightning bolt.
Through this sort of area. Okay. Garistro succeeds. And takes... It's resistant, you see.
Mother. Okay.
Is it hitting these two swarms here?
Yes.
Okay.
Through here.
Hmm. You watch as it hits, and the knolls are so tightly packed that you hit heaps of them at the same time. As the blast goes through, the Garistro is barely grazed by it.
I feel like I'm gaining XP.
As you blast through, but they continue to charge nonetheless. The knolls that are in these groups that you did kill, that survived the lightning bolt, are just going to more of a blood rage. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Ally, Berkeley. Heavy ballistas fire from behind you into the crowd, targeting the Garistros. Ballista bolts begin to stick into the Garistros as multiple shots rain into them on both of them. Watch as Ariana you watch as all of the order prepare themselves for battle. The mages have all re-upped themselves. Everyone's ready to go. Eliza is going to not use her radiant thing just yet. Agnak. Agnak takes a few steps forward. Are you there? Are you actually there, Tyken?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I am. I would have been
Okay.
further forward if I didn't think I'd get yelled at.
That's about as far forward as you think you can go without being yelled at. You can see there are some other far more like militaristic people elsewhere who are shouting and things, remaining to stay in formation, stay. Agnak steps forward, the giant. And as he steps forward, you watch as he taps into a deep inner rage. He's gonna rage as a bonus action. And as he does, he lets out this almighty roar, partly howling because he's werewolf form. Everybody hears it. Everybody has advantage on the next round of attacks they take. Sorry, on the next one. On the next attack you make, sorry, the next attack roll you make, you have advantage. Everyone has that.
Let's go.
And finally, the lieutenants are going to pop their things. Everyone on this side, so that's all of you, have an extra attack in action. And everyone on this side, who is Archie and Scarlet, you have resistance to all damage.
Hey.
Charlie pummels away at a few of the Minotaurs for a bit of damage. There's a hail of crossbow bolts from further behind you as well into the groups in general. That's the ally. Scarlet. Sorry, and I will say, all of the order members who didn't take an action this turn have held their actions to attack.
Bucket Agnak.
Oh,
Or Agnak.
okay.
He gets bless.
How's it feel to be left out, Senra?
This isn't the only time.
You get shit on once.
The Tiger and Scarlet backpack. Cool. He's made him. This guy is so dangerous right now.
The few times I need the bless, it's just like, no, fuck you.
How you think he's dangerous right now?
Hmm.
Oh, and by the way, Eliza is shouting orders as a commander should. She is calling out, "Target them! Target the big ones! Bring them down!" And these Grisros are both covered in crossbow bolts and ballista shots and burns. They are being targeted by things that are not on screen.
Yep. She's gonna move there temporarily and dodge.
Okay. That's your turn. You dodge. It's the enemy's turn. The Garistros go full speed.
Uh-oh.
This one's going to run right into Scarlet.
Yup.
This one's going to run right into Tyken.
That is why I moved left.
Wait, one runs into me.
Yep.
Yes.
I got inspired. Can I make an athletics?
To dodge out of the way.
No. Just stop him.
Okay, we'll get to that. I'm just doing the movements first and we'll...
How big are they?
They are about 25 to 30 feet tall.
Okay, what is their
Huge.
in-game?
They're huge.
They are huge.
It's okay.
I like him
actually,
huge.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
I actually have the possibility of being able to roll this. I know it's a stupid high DC, but whew.
Hey man, you could get a natural 20 and be like what, like a 32?
You could also get a natural one, get instantly shit on.
I mean, the thing is, if I roll a nat 20, then I get a 33.
33, there you go. I was off that one.
The fiendish flying gnolls sort of are generally floating about behind. So, as they charge in, Tykan, this thing's running straight into you. It's trying to gore you.
All right.
If you'd like to make an athletics check versus its own strength to try to stop it.
I will. Give me 1 second. I have to walk in from the porch. Let's take it. My dog is outside.
Oh, I'm not even joking. Oof.
We're about to see a legend.
Is it the Legend 27?
It's a legend of a big boy getting gored.
31.
Oh, that is good though.
Tykan,
Uh-huh.
it rolled a nat 20
Uh-huh.
for a total of 33.
Oh no! You
We
have
actually
the
have the same
same
strength.
strength.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
As
so
you guys
unlucky.
watch as it runs in, and Tykan, I will say because you rolled more than 30,
Uh-huh.
you stop it from running into Thanraya, David, and that lieutenant back there.
I'll take it.
However, it is going to attack you with its gore.
That's perfectly fine. It's the fact that I got it to not attack other people. Let's go.
The wall, that's right, the wall. Not even the world can make
Okay. Tykan, do you have your
Uh-huh.
temps added onto that?
Oh, I think I need to retemp.
I'll let it retemp.
Okay. Oh, wait, I am retemped. All right, we're good.
Okay. And you were out of the resistance aura, correct?
I'm in
you
the
were-
aura I'm standing in.
You are in the extra attack in action. Cool, Tykan.
Uh-huh.
You managed to stop it in its tracks, this siege weapon designed by a demon lord, from running into your allies, but you do take the gore attack head on.
I'm okay with that.
You take a total of 105 points of damage.
Okay.
Holy shit!
And it did hit. It rolled a 30 to hit. You guys
like the-
notice as it gores, it's got these nasty horns. Tycan, it goes through you.
I was about to say, I imagine they see horns sticking out the other side of Tyken right now.
There's a horn sticking out of Tycan, but his feet grind it to a halt, and you are holding it in place. That's the Garistra's turn there.
Let's go.
How much damage did you take?
He took 105.
God fucking damn it.
This one's going to run into you, Scarlet.
Yep,
I highly recommend you dodge.
I'm already dodging.
Cool. So that's disadvantage, yes?
Yes.
Cool. You're so lucky. It rolled a total of a 19 to hit.
Eee.
As it does miss, it continues on to here, pushing this Minotaur out of the way.
I use hold the line.
Okay, it can't get any further.
I need to hit it.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure 26 hits, so
That's
15
26
damage and
hits.
it cannot
So-
go past.
cool. So as it runs at you,
Um,
Scarlet, you don't do a Tycan.
Excuse me, just quickly, is that the first attack that Scarlet did?
Yes, you have advantage. It's a crit.
Oh,
I just thought I
well,
might say that.
27.
27. Scarlet, you don't do a Tycan and just take its horn head on, because that'll be foolish.
Wow.
Instead, how would you like to describe how you stop this thing from charging and avoid its bullhorns at the same time?
She's going to sidestep and then take her sword and then grab the she's gonna take her banner, grab it by the horn, and then thrust it into the ground
Excellent.
using its own weight against it.
Excellent. It roars angrily as it slides to a stop and is unable to move. And as it roars, subsides, and then it turns its massive head down to look at you. You have its undivided attention.
She just
Minotaurs
smirks.
the Minotaurs charge into the order and do a little bit of damage down here. They charge into Agnak and do virtually nothing because he's raging. They charge in down here and do very minimal damage. Finally, a spray of shot. Archie. One of the fiendish flying gnolls, so all the fiendish flying gnolls back here in the air, with their wings flapping, produce a ball of fire in each hand and throw them. They slam into various members of you guys all defending. One does go at you, Archie, and misses.
What the fuck?
They're just hurling fireballs at you, like balls of fire, not fireballs. And Charlie is hit by 1 for minor damage.
How dare.
The rest of the order are injured slightly, but you notice as these Minotaurs charge into the order, they lock shields, lock their boots, and hold the Minotaurs' charge, and none of the Minotaurs manage to push past in this brutal charge. Order had held actions, and Minotaurs start to get injured across the battlefield. This one in particular gets smacked for 50 points of damage from Agnak, who held his action. And this one here is hit by Ariana. As she hits the Minotaur, she hits, and the blade only slightly cuts, but as the blade slightly cuts, the Minotaur's ears begin to bleed. There's some sort of psychic element going on there. That was their reactions. Archie! It's a big circle.
I think they're figuring it out.
The flying knolls, by the way, are about 30 feet up, if that helps.
It's a good thing this is a 30-foot sphere.
Yep.
What is it? Is it synaptic? Oh my god.
That's about right. I'm happy with that.
I can't grab the circle.
If you, I can. Where do you want it? Like, there-ish? There?
Oh my god.
That's a
It
pretty
would be
maybe.
right here.
Gotcha.
Ooh, nice. I get a lot.
Yeah, I know, right? It's really cool.
Master of Ruination and all that.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking one of your spells.
Sickening
Sickening
Radiance.
Radiance.
Cool. I'm going to put that on the map layer,
Yes.
so that way it'd be easier for us all to do the thing. There you
As
go.
I cast Sickening Radiance, and it is not
Ooh, what is it?
Is the
It
spell
is,
save actually oh, it's
necrotic.
Ooh.
This is something that I actually was going to ask before quickly. My weapon is also a +1 focus. Does that add to DC or not?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It does. Son of a bitch. So my
I did say when I gave it to you, make sure you add that.
what? I don't...
Hey,
Shit.
hey, Matt.
Yo.
The 3 enemies around me, they, Spirit Guardians. Because they
Oh yes, thank you.
went into it.
Thank you. Thank you. Once Archie finishes his turn, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I move my Manifesting Mind across and I move over here, and I'm going to let you know what I want to do next turn.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
If this is still like lined up here,
Firewall.
I have a Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
And it's going to be Radiant. Or if Tyken's still up, or if Agnak's still up, because they're threats, I'm just going to cast Haste on one of them.
Okay.
Like, I want to try and get rid of as many as possible. Like, this shit's still happening, they are getting screwed. But the thing is, they're going to get hit by the Sickening Radiance, and
Yep.
Sickening Radiance destroys things, so...
Sickening necrotic.
Okay. We'll see if we can get back to your turn. But yeah, that's gonna do.
I
the
have
math.
5 minutes, I don't
Okay.
think we're getting back to my
Okie dokie.
turn, so...
Okie dokie.
No worries, Dinks.
I will.
But
I
the
will.
thing is, I have Synaptic Static, I have my Time Lapse, I have Disintegrate, I have Haste. I swapped Haste and Sickening Radiance in when we
I
had
will
our rest.
I will open your sheet and I'll have it open to do your spells for you.
Yeah.
But
I need to get ready to head off.
okay, thank you for playing, Dinks.
Thank you for DM.
Bye.
Good fun.
Bye.
See you
I'll-
next time.
I'll end the session after this combat anyway. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Bye.
See you, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
As Archie does this radiant, thickening radiant blast on all of them, which they'll take damage on their turn. Tycan,
Alright.
is a Garistro horn in you?
So, there is.
Pretty deep.
And Tyken's going to lay on hands for 55.
Okay.
I know better than to read this,
Hmm.
but I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith.
Okay.
And I guess
I-
try
I
to pull
pres-
this Ristro horn out.
Yeah, you can do it. It's trying to pull it back as well, so it can get another charge in.
We both want the same thing, minus the
Yes.
charge.
Yes. As you pull the horn out, it is a gaping wound, Tycan, That's going to
Uh-huh.
need serious medical attention. But you've had worse.
All right, I was dust.
You've
Can't
had
get much
worse.
than that.
Also of note, Tycan, that
Hmm.
horn has smashed through your magical armor, which is going to need major repairs.
Well, good thing we have a forge.
Yes.
Still smash through magical armor.
Yep.
That is concerning.
That is very
Wait,
concerning.
the best part is though, is since there's a hole there, so he can't hit my skin that's underneath there anyway, because everything's already been obliterated, so
Yep.
it's fine.
Yep.
You
But
gotta
It
look at the
doesn't
glass
give
half
you
full.
extra AC.
Okay. Yeah. Is that your turn, Tycan?
Yeah, that's my turn.
As you stand there like a stalwart wall. Danraya.
Very
I
practical.
will curse it.
Curse this one?
The one that's called Tarkin.
Yes. She is cursed. Cursed, there you go.
Don't forget that, by the way.
Shadows wrap around it. Thank you.
I will.
Oh, yes, sorry. Before you continue your turn.
Yes.
Thank you. Garistros. That is a fail on this Garistro, and it takes 19 points.
Yo.
This one. That is a success on this one, and it takes, what's that? 9 damage.
And the one that it succeeded is also marked because I hit it.
This one here, yep, thank you. He's marked. This one here is in your range.
Yo.
He does succeed. And takes 9. Is that all of them in the range? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, Thunray, continue.
I will swoop in.
Okay.
I will attack you for 27.
27 is certainly a hit. And you're sort of slashing at this thing's
Plus.
kneecaps.
Plus, hold on. Okay. Plus, I'm going to use one spell slot to smite it for thunder damage.
Ooh.
And I choose to knock it prone.
Okay. As you hit it in the kneecap, bang, its kneecap visibly snaps the wrong direction and it falls to the ground. He's prone.
And I will strike. Is the horn still in Tarkin?
No, he pulled it out.
Oh, okay. I'll strike at the face then.
Okay.
Don't worry, Tykeman's been working on this pull-out game.
18.
18 is a miss.
No shit.
It hits, but it doesn't pierce this thick, thick demon hide.
Also, he takes 4 extra damage because of that.
I actually did it already.
Okay, cool. I don't really want Kalaya in any of that shit. But,
By the way, there is a dust cloud from when the Garistro hits the ground. It's so huge it knocks dust up.
Kalaya will boom, boom, boom. Attack the thing, misses. Kobolds will fling out and throw a rock at its face.
And it hits for 6 damage. Ooh. As I imagine Kalai sort of bites its arm, but doesn't really pierce it. But then in the Minotaur sort of laughs, and then the kobolds go, yeah, and just throw a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. That's me done.
Okay, it is the allies' turn. You watch as these soldiers move up to the Garistros. They are doing what they need to do, which is put down the Minotaurs as quickly as they can. This Minotaur here is badly, badly wounded. This one here is somewhat wounded. Ariana, those whispers coming from her, you weren't sure what it is and you haven't had a chance to interact with her yet. She simply says, get out of my way. And she points her hand at this Minotaur right here in front of her and closes her fist. Suddenly, this Minotaur, standing about 12 feet tall, folds into a ball of flesh about 1 foot across in a pile of blood and guts, and it dies being telekinetically crushed.
I like that.
She then turns her attention to the next one, and you can see a little bit of a nosebleed start on her as she does that. So I'll just sort of stand up here. David's going to run up here just to be just out of the radiant, the sickening radiance to help out. Charlie's going to move over here and begin blasting. More spells and things blast into the Garistros for minor damage. That's from the spellcasters back here. Other spellcasters off screen, the ballistas and the works. Eliza and the lieutenant begin to carve through. They kill this Minotaur. These soldiers move up and begin to fight here. This one didn't get his attacks yet, so that's fine. Eliza moves up alongside you, Scarlet, along with this lieutenant. And in her wolven form, she looks at you, Scarlet, and says, "Let's bring this down together."
She nods. Of course.
She is going to have one more attack and do a little bit more damage. As she's harding away at this guy. Over here, you see Agnak goes in, he's in a rage, and he is going to swing his sword recklessly because he can.
Ho ho.
Agnak brings his great sword down and just cleaves this Minotaur in two and kills it instantly. He's going to swing over on this one. And begins to cut and slash and tear, and it's a horrible gory mess. And as he does this, you notice something about Agnak. The tattoos on his head begin to flash, almost glow with arcane nature. And you see standing next to him, suddenly apparating, is another Goliath.
Oh my
An
god,
elder
he's
Goliath.
a rune knight.
No,
No?
an elder
Ancestral
Goliath,
Guardian.
partially spectral, who stands there, arms folded, and just watches this Minotaur, and looks at Agnak and says, "He is beneath you, my son." Agnak says back to him, "I know, father, but I must crush him nonetheless."
Interesting.
More blasts go off. Charlie starts shooting into the crowd and starts blasting. That's the allies done. Scarlet.
I'm gonna swing at this Goliath. Or this thing.
Okay.
Gristro.
A 19 is a hit.
21.
Oh, sorry. I should say as well.
Ah.
This lieutenant near you upped his thing. You're resistant to physical.
Yup.
This guy upped his thing. So Svan, Rhea, and Tycan, you're in his aura. You have a 1 extra attack in your action. So, just so you know. You hit Scarlet. 4.
15, and he's marked.
Oh, sorry. It needs a 24 because he's prone.
Still hits. Still marked.
Yes.
Now I swing at this guy
Charisma
again.
is-
24 for
For
21.
21. Ooh. The Gristros are roaring angrily. Their charge halted. Ineffective, as it were. Is that your turn, Scarlet?
No.
Sorry, yeah. Is that your turn, Scarlet?
Fuck.
You swing this other time but miss. Their hide is just too thick.
I'll surge.
Surge. Oof. That's gonna miss.
15.
That's gonna miss, unfortunately. That'll hit with the one from Bless. That'll hit. Is this on this guy?
Left guy, yeah.
Yep. The one from Bless will hit. Their armor class is 19. Just so you know.
Okay, so 11 damage there.
11. Oof. You carve into this Garistro even more.
Eh. I can't hit that, even with blows. And then bonus action because Tyken needs it. 15 temp HP.
Thank you.
Oof. Very good.
And anyone else in the range, which is
The only one that needs it right now is David. Everyone else has had the temporary points from last time, so.
that is my turn.
Okay. It is their turn.
And they need to make a wisdom save. Those
They
two
do.
in front of me.
The one in front fails. And the one in front of Tyken fails. This one takes 19 points. Cool. At the start of their turn, before I forget, Archie's thing was 22 damage. The con save or damage. So, Garistros are fine. Minotaurs, that one's fine. That one's not. That one's not. That one's not. Okay. 22. He watches his Minotaurs begin to wither under this radiant blast. The Gnolls, they're going to be the trouble one. Oop, 1, 2, fail. 1 succeeds. And that's all. So, all but one. Which is the hordes of gnolls are being rapidly cut down, except for this group, which is
What about the flyers? Are they good?
the flyers. Let's see. Nope. 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 The flyers start to wither as well. These are individual gnolls, and they are not very tough. They are more of a nuisance. This one's a did succeed, but this one fail. 4 of them in the area are immediately injured badly. They all fly upwards to get out of the range. The remaining ones are sort of meander about. Movement now. They charge in. Rawr. One's in here. Runs in here, but he cannot get out of the aura because there's too many big things around. Nothing in this guy.
Aha.
Go up here and sort of look for a spot. But then there's the swarms of gnolls. They can move through spaces because they are swarms. Here, gnolls begin to run underneath the Garistro's feet. Just swarming all over all of you. So, firstly, Scarlet, you are being... Well, firstly, Eliza's going to get targeted by the Garistro, which is going to attempt to punch at... Yeah, it's going to attempt to punch at Eliza twice. At a disadvantage, because it's marked.
Also, the Null Swarms need to make a whiz save.
They do. They all fail. They are mindless gnolls.
You want me to reroll?
No, it's fine. I'll use that one.
Okay.
So this one here takes 19 points of damage. That Gnoll Swarm is at half strength. That one's at half strength. And they function as swarms, so once they hit below 50% hit points, then they become much less effective.
Yeah.
That swarm is gone.
What about this one? Is that one close enough?
This one? Oh yeah, sure, why not?
Hey.
Sure, why not?
Oh, did I get kill
Uh,
swarm?
No.
Oh, it just poofed for me.
Oh, it did because there was only one null left.
Poor guy.
And this guy is... this one's in your range too. Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, cool, that's another swarm.
God, hold the line with Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, it's brutal. They swarm in on all sides. Eliza is hit by the first fist attack. It's not a crit, thankfully, because you disadvantaged it. She takes 18 points of damage, half because of your thing, right? Because it's marked.
No, that's warding maneuvering.
Okay, so she takes 18 points of damage.
So she got
She-
hit while at disadvantage?
Yes,
Okay.
it
Cool.
prevented a crit, which is really good.
Hey.
It's going to swing again at Eliza. That's a double crit.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm gonna warding maneuver that one.
Okay, it's a halve it.
Yeah.
Okay, she only takes 19. And finally, it's going to try to hoof you. It's hoof.
How dare it kick me?
It's going to hit you. That's a 26 to hit. I think 26, 27. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm out of reactions anyway.
It slams you with its hoof for 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
Half to 13.
Yes.
Cool.
To 13. Oh, sorry, Eliza is resistant too. I'll just give her hit points back. And I need you to make a strength save, please, as it kicks you with its giant hoof. A 19.
21.
You're in Tycoon 21.
Oh, plus
is-
Tycoon? Yeah, that's 27.
Cool. You succeed and are not kicked prone. You somehow hold your footing.
Yeah, what I do.
That's that minute that Garistro done. This Garistro is going to turn its attention onto you, Tycan.
Ooh.
It's gotten a taste once more. It's going to swing a fist at you.
All right.
Disadvantage because of Scarlet's Mark. That is a 25 to hit with disadvantage.
I think that hits me. Yeah.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
For 25 points of damage, Tycan.
All right. Let
Wait,
me do this
who-
first.
Who? Wait, the big boy attacked him.
The big boy attacked him.
Okay, I'm gonna use my reaction.
Also, Dinks.
Dinks is not here.
Fuck. Matt.
Yes.
If Eliza was already resistant, do I get my ability back?
Yes, you do. Yes.
Okay. Well, I gotta
Is-
charge it back. Just-
Yes.
Does a 19 hit the Garistro?
A 19 is its armor class, so you do hit.
Nice.
Hey, proud of you.
That's 20 damage.
Nice.
As this Garistro comes in and
Plus another 4 damage. I
plus
feel.
on the floor. Marvelous. Thank you. As the Garistro punches Tycan, you see the opportunity, Thanraya, and slash at its arm. And as you slash at its arm, you've hit something vital.
Garistro explodes, right?
It's bloodied. It lets out a roar in anger, and it turns its entire attention to you now, Thanraya.
Oh shit.
It's gonna kick you with its hoof.
I shouldn't have used my reaction. I thought it only had one attack. Shit.
Thanraya, it kicks you with its hoof for 28 points of damage.
So 13 HP. Yep.
And I need you to make
Um,
a strength save.
Was that, by the way, was that with disadvantage? Because I'm heavily obscured.
It's with disadvantage because it's marked.
Well,
Disadvantage is marked anyway, yeah.
well,
And
shit.
I need you to
Okay,
make a strength save.
hold on. It takes 9 necrotic damage. Well, there goes my spell.
R.I.P.
And a strength save.
Strength save. And that is also a fail. As your spell is gone,
I'm in Tarkin's aura, so I get a +3. No? yes?
No. Yes, you do. You get the +3. It's still not a success.
17. Okay.
It kicks you, and you're immediately knocked flat on your back. And before you can even react, a fist comes down upon you.
It has 3 attacks. What is this bullshit?
It can either gore once or use its fists twice and its hoof.
Bruh.
It rolls normally because it's disadvantage, but you're prone. For a 32 to hit, for 19 more points of damage. Just bang.
Ow.
Dan Ray over here getting bullied.
The Minotaurs are all attacking the Order. There's damage going on all around.
Mhm.
The Swarms are attacking all of the Order with just hacking implements. You notice every weapon they have is silvered, albeit hastily, but enough to be able to hurt them. The main ones are down here. Scarlet, 2 swarms of gnolls just run through the Garistro's legs and swarm into David, Scarlet, and Eliza.
Go for it.
This is a swarm of gnolls coming in with multiple bite attacks. Scarlet, the gnolls bite you for a total of 23 points of damage.
Half to 11. Or
Half to 11.
Oh.
Eliza is also bitten. As is David. That's the swarm, as they are just swarming. Tygan, 1 gnoll comes on you.
Okay.
Ew.
Like he jumps on you. He just of the entire swarm, 1 just comes through the Garistro's legs and jumps on you, and it's now latched on your armor and gnawing, and it's unable to actually hurt you. Didn't hear you.
nom 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 nom.
Sanrea, as the fist is retracted from the Garistro, 1 gnoll jumps on you.
Oh, for God's sake.
Don't worry, it's a single gnoll. You take 4 points of damage.
Get off me, you bastard.
Finally, I'm gonna roll a d8. Tyken, you are
Yeah.
targeted by 2 bolts of fire from those flying gnolls.
All right.
1 slams into you for 8 points of damage. So just pew 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 pew. That is the enemy's turn. The rest of these minotaurs and things are fighting
I'm
allies.
still okay.
As the charge is continuing on. Mini Archie flies over. And a bolt of lightning just goes straight across. Straight through all of them.
You can probably aim that a little more down.
And again, I'm just being very rough with it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. As Mini Archie flies up and releases the lightning bolt. There is severe damage across the board. The swarms are all looking a bit rough at this point. This swarm is gone. with a
Alright.
single null.
I will be right back. My dinner's ready, and my turn isn't for a bit.
Okie dokie. Fiendish null.
Those character always gone.
The nulls are just disappearing. The Minotaurs do sorry, the Minotaurs. The Garistros do succeed and take minimal damage from the lightning bolt once again. Yeah, the lightning bolt tears through them all. That's Archie's turn. Tygan.
Alright, I think what Tyken's gonna want to do is make sure my sheet works, damn it. Because that would be helpful. Alright. Tyken's gonna want to make... Wait, I get to make 3 attacks.
And you have resistance to damage. Doesn't this guy?
I'm making it at the Gravistro.
Okay. The first 2 hit. Oh, you're blessed. Roll bless.
Oh, I thought I had Bless on there. Oh, I guess I forgot to check it.
An 18 does not hit, unfortunately. But
I didn't think it would.
The first 2 do.
Alright, so with the first 2, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this. Now, don't start doing the, of math, I'm just rolling this.
Yep.
Because on the first one, I'm going to expend the charge to do max damage.
Excellent. Lucky hit.
Level 3 smite.
So what damage is that? That is add that up and see if that's enough actually. 14 plus 24. Fail. And it's max damage, you said?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that is enough with max damage. If that's your roll and max damage is significantly higher, then yes.
Yeah, the top one is it's the 19 plus 14, but I ignored that. I just did the max damage for
Yep.
the sword
Let-
and the.
Let me put it this
19.
way: do you think you've done 30 damage more with max damage?
Oh, easily.
How do you
Nice.
kill a Garistro, Tycan, with max
Alright.
damage weapon, Angelic Blade?
Honestly, since it's one strike, and I'm gonna be using my second one to do a different thing, he just straight up comes up through the neck and off with the head.
Excellent. As for Tycan, you have a brief moment of a flashback
Ooh.
of when you fought Brigidax on that bridge. This is the strike you intended to do.
Feels good to regain HP.
But it was slippery and I missed.
It was slippery and you missed, but this time you don't miss. And you jump and the head comes off the body. It collapses to the ground. It is now difficult terrain as it slams into the ground. Those 2 gnolls are crushed under the Garistro falling and die.
Okay, that is funny.
The one of the demonic battering rams has been slain.
All right. So what I'm gonna
Hits
do
the
with
ground. Garistro head rolls away.
my next attack is I was gonna walk over here.
Yep.
I was gonna hit this Garistro. Now, due to the chamber, do my items recharge?
They do not.
Okay, so that was the last I could do with max damage.
Okay.
So the next attack is the 24 plus 14.
Coolio. Gotcha. That's 28, 38 points of damage. As you carve through one, and without skipping a beat, you move up to the second one and carve. This time hitting its midsection as it's standing really tall. It is bloodied, Tycan. You cut deep through it.
Ah.
And for flavor, just for flavor, as you cut,
Uh-huh.
Minotaur organs fall onto you. You're covered in Minotaur in Garistro bits. Is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sanrea, the one before you has been beheaded by Tycan.
Nice. Let's just go there.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then, fuck, that's a lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes. There are a lot of Order people there. You don't have to worry about all of them because the Order is very capable. There's David. There he is.
Kalaya's gonna attack the Garistro.
Okay. Big target. Let's go. Unfortunately, Kalaya is unable to land a decisive blow, but somehow the kobolds.
Right in the dick.
If the Garistro had a dick.
Swing.
The kobolds at this point, by the way, you hear them getting drunk on the power of fighting these things and somehow surviving. The kobolds are calling out, "We are the God Slayers!"
It's also prone.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hello. This 17, 7, 28. This Garistro is looking badly injured as you run up and hit it again. It hit this one, and this one falls prone. Who knows it dead?
You know, my curse gives me crits on 19s, right? And like, I've never gotten a 19 while the motherfucker's cursed,
Yep.
and the dude just dies. I'm so angry.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yes.
But that's your next strike there, which is 18, 20 damage. Sorry, 24.
No, it's not a. It's not
Oh,
cursed.
it's
so-
not cursed. Gotcha. That's 18. Sorry, 20.
Yes.
This Garistro is now prone on its back, knocked over from all these impacts at its legs. It is now prone, and you stab it somewhere in its body.
The lack of bonus action stuff. Was I within the range of that extra attack?
You were here, yes?
Yeah.
You were here. Yes, you were. Yes.
Okay. Cool. I've already had a smite. God damn.
15, 25,
I'm back.
30,
Hey, it's still not my turn.
35, 32. You smack this one really hard and your sword goes really deep. And this Garistro is crying in pain. It is
Wouldn't that the extra 2? I'll say radiant, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, radiant. Yeah,
Wouldn't I roll an extra d6 for that?
you would.
Yeah.
I will remind myself to fix your attack roll for next session. It is even more injured. It's not dead yet. But it's very, very injured. Is that your turn?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Glad I didn't miss much.
It is the allies' turn. David moves up here. Charlie is going to start shooting at the flying things. One falls out of the sky and dies. Over on this side, there's just a general melee going on. You watch as this swarm of gnolls is destroyed, as is that Minotaur. And this Minotaur. as they are moving up. On the other side, you see the Order, again, carting down Minotaurs, focusing on the big guys, as the Gristros seem to be handled, surprisingly. General movements happen. Ariana's up here. Cool. This melee is still going on. Spells being thrown everywhere. Now up to the ones that are concerning you guys. Eliza. Attempts to hit, but is unable to hit the Garistro. She's rolling potato. This guy is going to spend his turn killing this swarm. Cutting down those. David moves up next to you, Tycan.
All right.
Actually, no. I want to give Fenrir a bit of limelight here. David runs up underneath here to get over here. Be alongside you, Thanraya. David runs alongside you, Thanraya, and says, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine, thank you.
I'll give you an opening. And he takes his sword and just sort of roughly slashes at the Garistro to get its attention as it's on the ground. And he's going to spend one of his attack action parts, foregoing his attack, to use the Battlemaster ability, Commander's Strike.
That allows an ally to take an attack, doesn't it?
And he's
Yeah.
giving you the opening.
It does use your reaction, but you can take the hit.
Well,
You get a bit of a bonus too.
You do. How does Thanraya kill it? It's on its back, by the way.
I think I'm gonna. If it's on its back and he created an opening, I'm going to jump on its chest
Yeah.
and stab straight through its throat.
Excellent. You jump on it. It's writhing about, but David was able to remove its arm from the equation by stabbing at it a bit. You jump on, and this thing's so big, you drive your sword into the hilt. Its roaring becomes gurgling, and you just hold the sword there for a moment before it finally falls silent. You are on it. Oop, there you go. That's David's first attack. His second attack goes in this Minotaur. That's some damage. David sort of gives you a little nod of approval, Thanraya, as you kill this Garistro.
Much appreciated, kind sir.
He smiles. Scarlet.
Well, I can't use the unwavering mark attack now. The downside is I can only use it on the one who actually hit the ally in the first place, and they're both dead.
Oh, I'm glad I wrote those things on the map because I keep forgetting. This guy ups his banner, so all of you have resistance to physical. Scarlet.
It's a nice
What do you do?
banner. She
I
is.
feel like after the campaign's over, Scarlet's going to start a banner convention.
I will point out there are particular arcane runes on his banner hilt which have been burning out every time he uses this, and that was the last one.
Oh.
It's very powerful, but it's limited. I will say Archie's probably dropped this radiant thing at this point, because all the enemies are out of it or dead.
Or just the puny flyers.
Yes, which have flown out of its range anyway.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna attack the Minotaur first.
As you get to this point, Scarlet right here, the whispers coming from Ariana are almost deafening. Just from like psychic whispers coming from Ariana.
Interesting.
17 hits. The armor class is quite low because they're minotaurs.
Well, 20. For 10 damage. Marked.
10 damage. Marked. This minotaur is focused on you. It growls.
Then the Gnoll Swarm.
This one here. Excellent.
19 for 12.
12 damage as you cut down a gnoll in the swarm.
Swarm is marked.
The entire swarm of gnolls is now focused on you.
And Minotaur again.
Okay. With the +1 from Bless, you will definitely hit.
For
for
19 damage.
This minotaur is badly injured now.
Oh my god, it is starting to piss down outside.
Really?
And 14 temp to anyone in the aura that needs it.
Awesome. I'm going to treat this like a healing effect, Scarlet, for the purpose of things.
That's fine.
As the aura goes off, you notice that Ariana starts to be in physical pain.
Oh.
She's, can you not do that? And clutching her head.
Sorry.
It's fine, and she sort of grits her teeth.
That's my turn.
Okay. Here's the Emily's turn. General malaise begin to happen. None of which really impact you, aside from this Minotaur and this Gnoll Swarm, and this other one that Gnoll Swarm comes over to you.
Yay!
They swarm you, Scarlet, with silver spears. One is a 24 to hit you,
Yeah.
for 14 piercing, and I believe you resist 7. And the other one's a 23 to hit you, for 22 piercing, half to 11. That's them, and the Minotaur is going to stab you with its great axe.
How dare.
He's going to reckless for a 22 to hit. This one you have advantage on regardless now.
I'm gonna use warding
Or-
maneuver on myself. Misses.
It misses. Marvelous. As you make it miss, it recklessly attacks, casts aside all semblance of defense, and still you manage to block it, and now it's open. The rest of the enemies are fighting, but it's very clear that this is going in your direction. She's gonna pop a fireball over here, or something static, or something over here. Scarlet, the swarm of gnolls that were swarming you, that just bit you and stabbed you hard,
Yeah.
they begin to shriek as the septic static goes off and blows them away. One sort of set off over here sort of area. The entire swarm of gnolls dies in an instant from a very good roll from Synaptic Static. That swarm of gnolls is gone. Replaced with
A single null.
a single gnoll. These minotaurs are badly injured from the blast that goes off. Lycan,
Yes, sir.
the siege weapons are dead. You feel woozy, just for flavor, from
Oh, I'm sure.
the gaping wound, but
Mm-hmm.
you can fight.
Lycan's gonna head over to this one.
Okay.
And okay, cool. I have one I can do. So we're gonna do that.
Oof, that hits. Oh my goodness, that's 50 damage.
With
It's
that attack,
casual.
and then
18 hits.
for that attack.
This Minotaur is chumps compared to the Garistro you've slain. Carve through it with ease. As you are there and you cut down this Minotaur Tyken, you see the ghost of Agnak's father, who looks at you and says,
Tyken
You are in.
nods.
"You're an impressive warrior."
He'll look at him and say, "Thank you. So is your son."
He simply nods proudly at that. You have another attack Tyken.
My son is great.
You have another attack Tyken. You were
Oh,
caught
I
in the aura.
do?
Yeah, you were caught in the aura. You were like here.
Oh. Well, in that case,
You're resistant and have an extra attack.
On this Minotaur?
Yep.
Okay, that's 25, and that is 17. And this Minotaur is visually bloodied after another strike. Tyken is doing what he does best.
Killing evil.
Killing evil. Evil. Is that your turn, Tyken?
Yep.
Dan Raya.
Kalai will move in to attack the Minotaur.
Okay, he's wading through the tide of gnolls that are right there just to get to the Minotaur. That hits him.
DC save. It probably will save, but you know.
Oh, what's a DC? 13, yeah, he does succeed, unfortunately.
Yeah! Wow.
The kobold.
Oh,
minute-
that's
Okay, flavor time. Flavor time.
Oh no.
The kobolds throw various rocks and pointed sticks and actually hit the Minotaur in the eyes. The Minotaur is temporarily blinded.
Did they crit?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
My God.
I'm going to springboard
Yes.
off of the Garistro, David, and Tyken. I'm gonna specifically step on Tyken's fucking head,
Yeah.
and attempt to slash the Minotaur.
hmm
Ooh,
That hits.
28.
28.
Goes pack tactics.
Oh, right, that's all the damage. Yes, 18, 20 damage. As you springboard over, describe your kill.
Oh,
he's rolling
fuck,
next
okay. I'm literally just gonna jump on David's shoulder, jump on the top of Tyken's head,
Yep.
and do I will jump over,
Hmm.
do a spin to land behind it, and I'll just like crack it in the back of the head with the sword.
Excellent. With a single crack, it falls to the ground, and is not moving. And as it hits the ground, you see there is actually a bone of a rat, like a rib of a rat, in the Minotaur's eye.
I guess I will use that.
I guess I see
25.
what you did there.
On the
I'll
swarm.
I'll use that 25 on the swarm.
Okay. That is a... Ooh, that's a big roll. 24. That's 5. The swarm is below half strength. As you just cut down multiple gnolls with a single strike as they're swarming. Is that your turn?
Into it. Yeah, that's my
Okay. Ally! Well, firstly, David is going to step up into the gnoll swarm and bring his shield up and shield bash one of them and give up an attack to give Tycan a strike
Ooh,
if you want to use a reaction.
I will.
You get a bonus. I did forget this for Danray, but that's alright because you killed it anyway. Roll your damage. You certainly hit. Tycan does an extra 8 points of damage.
Yummy.
As for flavor, Tycan, how do you slaughter about 6 gnolls?
I have an adamantine blade. So
Ew.
basically, 2 slashes, 3 on each.
Okay, just as you carve through and bits of gnoll all around you.
Yep.
The swarm is cut down into a pile of dead gnoll. Your turn.
Oh, that was my reaction.
That was your reaction, yeah. Thank you. Eliza points up at the sky, at the flying gnolls, runs past the Garistro, and says, "There's only a few left, bring them down!" And you watch as the soldiers all pull up their crossbows. Eliza points her sword and does a blast of radiant energy. Now here's something that you all notice. Crossbows are usually dexterity based, right?
Are they?
They are.
Yes.
They're dex based. The soldiers use their strength modifier for their crossbows because they have trained to do this, and you can train to do this too if you wish.
Yep.
Gnolls are shot out of the sky by radiant blasts and by crossbows. This side over here cleared. There's one still flying around which has managed to avoid it all, but that's fine. Agnak is going to do a thing because Agnak is cool. Agnak steps forward. Past you, Tycan. Gives you a nod and approval. You can see his rage is subsiding. He holds his greatsword forth, and you can see on the greatsword. Can Tycan speak giant?
No, I speak Utgard.
Okay. There's writings on the sword. You're not sure what they say, but they suddenly glow with lightning magic, and suddenly a bolt of lightning launches from the sky down onto this fiendish flying gnoll and incinerates it. As a lightning bolt just in the clear weather. On the other side, over where Scarlet is. There's only a few Minotaurs left. This gnoll is cut down by soldiers. These soldiers move up and slay this Minotaur with teamwork. And these guys move up alongside and begin to get to work on this Minotaur, who is not dead, but he's on very, very little hit points. Ariana's over here now. Scarlet has very few enemies left.
Yep, and I'm attacking one of them.
Roll your attacks. Excellent.
12 damage.
How do you kill the Minotaur?
Well, I'm gonna chop off one of its horns and stab him in the gut.
Sweet. You chop the horn off, it pierces the ground as it hits the ground, and then you stab it in the gut and just tear, and the Minotaur lets out one final roar before dropping dead.
And then she moves over to the other one.
Okay. They did reckless, so you do advantage.
Oh, well, 22 for 19.
Cool. And as you drive your sword into this one, you, alongside Ariana and these two soldiers, cut down the Minotaur. Your sword's piercing it from multiple angles, and it dies. There is a more blast of crossbows. These three remaining fiendish flying gnolls shriek and begin to fly away. And are immediately intercepted by that angelic cleric lady that was flying around, who cuts them down in short order. We are out of combat.
Sweet.
As the last of them, as you watch as the soldiers double tap most of the gnolls and minotaurs and things, you all look at the entrance to where the portal is. A few dozen gnolls sort of run out and are immediately shot down by the Order, who have already reformed their lines. You can see now that the other Garistros have been slain. There are a few casualties, but no dead. Those of you who are watching, who would have been in particular, Tycan would have noticed this, and Scarlet. Whenever remember the Order did get taken down, the moment they fell, they were grabbed, pulled away, and someone else took their place, and the clerics got to work immediately.
Nice.
Sweet.
As the battle has subsided, the remaining gnolls are being cut down. The ones that are flying away are getting cut down. You estimate only 12 or 13 gnolls got past the defensive lines to escape. And you know that there are scouts out there who are hunting them. As the final few gnolls exit the doorway, the alarms that were blaring from inside, indicating demon incursion, fall silent.
Oh, that's good.
Without missing a breath, Eliza returns to her human form and says, "It seems we're done. Tend to the wounded. Prepare the defenses for whatever comes next."
I put my hand in Tyken's gaping hole. That's quite big.
I can shake your hand through the gaping hole. Indeed.
You should get some rest too, Tyken.
What do you mean? I am a holy man.
I'm going to smack you.
Fucking hell, that was a good, that was a good one.
Eliza looks at you, Tyken, as you say that, and she's unamused by this. And says, "I know you're not a member of the Order, Tyken. But while you
Yes.
are here, you are under my command. And I order you to the medic tent immediately."
Yes, ma'am. And he'll go.
As Tyken begins to go, David says, "Here, let me help you." And he's while he's shorter than you, he's surprisingly strong thanks to his werewolf side. And as David sort of puts an arm around you and helps you to the medic tent, Tyken.
David,
I
he
will
has a
take it.
carry handle right there. It'd be easier.
Just put a rope in that and just hoist up.
Yep.
Just Tyke is a keychain now.
No, but David does put an arm around you, Tyken, and sort of help you.
Tyke will definitely take it.
While that's going on, Scarlet, this Minotaur's dead. Ariana pulls her sword out of it. It's pulsing with psychic energy on her sword.
Interesting.
Ariana has taken extremely little damage, despite not using her werewolf form. She says to you, "So you're the one they called Scarlet Greylock."
That is me.
nice to meet you. Finally, after hearing all of these rumors.
Nice to meet you.
And by the way, as she's talking, there's whispers still in your head. It seems the rumors about you weren't all just myth.
I'm not at my full strength at the moment, but eventually.
I wish I could see it.
Give it some time. You'll see it.
I don't have time, she says seriously.
Would you explain? Or would you care to explain?
Not really. We need to prepare for the next wave if it comes soon. And as she says that, you see she begins bleeding from the nose.
Maybe you should get some rest as well.
What do you mean?
You're bleeding.
She wipes her nose and sees it's a lot of blood. It's
You got red on you.
you'd, again. At this point, Eliza approaches and says, "Ariana, go." Ariana nods and then walks away. The whispers fade, and Eliza just looks at it as Ariana walks away.
Are the whispers normal?
Eliza sighs, and Thanrea can be there as well if you want. Take part in this little roleplay bit.
Sure, yeah.
As you're sort of nearby. Eliza says, they weren't before. Her squad was taken by mind flayers.
Ah,
When she returned to us, we managed to get the mind flare tadpole out, but the damage was done.
When she
Given
says
her-
she doesn't have enough time, is she turning into one?
No, it's complicated. She doesn't have long to live.
Understood.
A month at most. She doesn't like to talk about it. She doesn't want to be viewed as a burden.
She's definitely not, that's for sure.
That's what we all keep telling her. She'll be looked after. Just, if you can, please avoid using that. And she points at the banner around her.
And, I figured that. I'll make sure.
Yes, healing does not work properly with her. I know you have that touch ability as well, yes? And she points at you, Thanrail.
yes.
Healing makes it worse. I'd advise you to not do that with her, and if you can tell Tyken, please tell him the same.
How odd.
It accelerates the condition. There are methods we've found, restoration type spells, which can prolong it, but yes. But now, thank you for your assistance here. As she looks out across the battlefield, and you can see Agnak has one of the Minotaur's arms over his shoulder, and one of the Garistro's arms, and he's dragging the Garistro away. As they're clearing
I
up.
feel like as Tykins makes his way to the medical tent, he'd point at him and be like, "Give me the horn that stabbed me, please."
One of the clerics says, "Yes, of course," and they run off.
Because Tykins gonna make a war horn for that.
Tyken, you are taken to the medical tent,
Yes, sir.
which is not a tent. It is one of the temple areas they've set up. As you enter Tyken, with David helping you walk. This is the one for Salune. As it is closer to where the battlefield was, so that's the better one to take you to. As you step in, there are about a dozen or so wounded members of the Order here. From the battle that just occurred. They've all been moved here. As you step in, Tyken, you are greeted by the lady with the dragon wing, the lady with the angel wings. By Vindra.
He nods and says, I'm assuming that you and I are the same, yes?
I'm more of the school of healing, but I've trained in combat, yes. We
I
met.
meant angelic parents.
She says, sort of. The others think that the bloodline was suppressed for a while.
I have heard of that.
My parents were human, but at some point, must have been tainted. Or blessed.
He smiles and he says, well, at some point, you might meet my mother. She's a planetar. Her name's Arana.
You've met your celestial forebear.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I talked with Mother earlier today.
Oh, I see. I haven't been able to communicate with mine since the trial.
By trial, you do mean the lycanthropy, correct?
Yes, yes.
Well, if I'm going to be honest, it has probably something to do with that. The lycanthropy was bestowed upon the group by a hag, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, that is correct.
It might have something to do with that. You might need, if you really wish to commune with them, you may have to rid the lycanthropy. And get it differently. Not sourced from a hag.
She says, I did consider that, but I swore to give everything to the Order.
He places a hand on her shoulder and says, perhaps a project for retirement. And he kind of laughs and says, but in all seriousness, I would gladly help you once I've dealt with this. And he points through his gut.
Says, of course, let's lay you down here. And she
Please,
brings you
and
to a
thank
particular cot and begins to work healing magic. And you know she's an incredibly powerful cleric. Way more powerful than any cleric that's in Waterdeep. And she begins to work her magic. At the same time, Tyken, as you're there getting this healing and feeling the flesh reform, and it is painful, but you're used to this.
It's but a scratch.
You do see Ariana walks in. And Vindra sort of looks at that. Looks at Ariana, who just has a nosebleed, and that's it. Ariana says, oh shit, she's relapsed. This should do for now. I'll be back.
Maybe I can help. Oh, as he tries to get up.
Vindra says, well, a bit more expertise could be helpful.
It's fine. And I can function like this. I've been dust before.
I see. I did hear the stories. Please come. And she helps you up. And you can walk now. Like the wound is closed, it's really tender.
Yeah, I just feel like it's extremely sore.
Yep. You're taken to a back room where you see Ariana is laying down, and you get a sense, like laying down on a table with 3 clerics around. You get a sense they know what they're doing. This isn't the first time they've done this. Vindra leads you in and says, what do you know about mind flayers?
Um, just a little bit. I mean, I've killed some recently. Sean being quite a bit.
I see. Well, perhaps I'll explain the situation. Ariana was talk outside, and she takes you outside the room because you see Ariana's giving you this death stare.
Mm-hmm.
You get outside, and Vindra says, Ariana was. Her squad was taken by mind flayers implanted with tadpoles. She got back to us alone after killing all the mind flayers and her turned allies. By the time she got back to us, the tadpole was already fully grown. And she could not bring. No, she was about to turn proper as well. We could and took the mind flayer tadpole out, but her body's already changing. We've stopped it, but she's dying.
Well, and stop me, DM, but I feel like he would have had conversations with Archie in this department.
Yes, definitely.
So feel free to stop me if I
Yeah.
just. I know that because I remember having conversations on the matters of the illicit kind when we were in Akantea.
I
That
can tell you. She sort of stops at. Did you meet Sir Towerfall there?
unfortunately he had passed by the time we got there. He was having a fight with a god killer.
Okay. Well, if anything was to kill him, it would be that.
He put up a good fight though.
Sure he did.
So, what I know about stopping, I believe it's called Ceramorphosis, is it takes either a very, very, very powerful amount of healing, was one way. The other way is to, I don't think she should hear this, so he leans and whispers, you sort of crush their head and kill them. Then you use magic to bring them back and repair the damage with other magic.
She sighs. And says, I'm afraid that isn't an option. There's resurrection magic is not possible with our condition.
I have some.
No. I mean, we can cast it. Like
Oh.
I can cast it, but resurrecting one who's taken on the trial of the beasts does not go well.
And I would suggest a cure for lycanthropy to start with.
She is one of the most stubborn people in the order. I very much doubt you convince her to change.
Well, there's one last way I know of, because, well, he'll point at Archie. Well, it's kind of a difficult one, but I'll keep an eye out, and that's if you can get access to a wish.
I've never known anyone capable of doing that. Vindra says, we've found a way to prolong the inevitable. She gestures into the room, and you can see some of the clerics are preparing diamonds for what you recognize, Tycan, to be a regeneration spell.
Have you tried the reincarnate spell?
Let's see if she knows about it. She says, I need to look up what the spell does. Boop.
As if they're not... Okay, so if you change the race that they are, that should get rid of everything. The Ceramorphosis, the lycanthropy. Of course, they may not like being whatever it is they end up being. It's not exactly a thing you can select.
He says, well, we can't cast that magic. The seer can. Unfortunately, that requires someone to be dead.
So, I would push that back to like Plan C. You know, in case we can't find a way to fix her.
There is another issue with her.
Hmm.
I'm pretty good at what I do, and I know.
He points at his side. I can tell.
She says, I believe she has maybe a few weeks left.
Oh.
Do you know any means of prolonging it longer? Perhaps for him, pointing at Archie, who's now wondering about taking notes on things. For him to
I
work out this
remember.
wish.
Okay, so under strict orders from him, since it is property, I can't exactly talk about it, but we may have a system we can use, and I will speak to him about it. If he does agree, she'll probably have to be put to sleep before we can take her there, as it is not something we want exactly that many people to know about.
Sleep, what do you mean?
You know, just he puts both of his hands together and lays down, like puts his head on it, you know, sleep. Just
That could work. Let's ask her and see.
Tiger will go in there and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am."
She looks at you and says, what do you want? As the clerics are beginning to lay out diamonds.
I believe I may have figured out a way we could possibly help you, but you would have to be putting a lot of trust into us.
Narrows eyes. The whispers begin.
So essentially, you'll be given a nice flavorful drink and you'll feel very sleepy, and then you'll fall asleep, and then you'll wake up and you'll be fixed. That's the best case scenario. I will.
Sleep for how long? She cuts in.
Oh, I would have to talk to the Archmage, but 2 weeks to a few months tops.
No. Just immediately, just without any hesitation.
What about 2 weeks?
No. My place is here. If I'm not here, then I'm not helping the order.
Well, I do not wish to put salt upon wounds, but you won't be helping the order if you pass away either.
If I can help for a few weeks here before I go, then that's all I want.
Or you could help for many a year by taking a 2-week vacation.
I won't be known as the lieutenant commander that took a vacation in the order.
I'm not asking you to be known as that. I doubt that would be what you would be known as. Like, it's called medical leave.
It's called cowardice.
Pyken, like, just rubs the bridge of his nose.
Welcome to my life.
Vindra steps up and says, I did say she was stubborn.
I was about to say, I did say she was stubborn.
All right.
Ariana looks at you with this deadly serious expression and says, if I'm going to die from this, I'm going to die on my feet, sword in hand, in battle.
Trust me, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I've done it.
Shut up, we've all done it.
Then why are you back?
He holds up the necklace of Helm, his amulet of Helm. He wanted me here. Like, I was happy on the other side. You know, I have a wife and kids over there.
As you say that, the whispers that you're hearing were just sort of like hushed tones. The whispers get violent. not doing damage, but it sounds like anger building up within. I have nothing more to say to you, she says.
Tyka's gonna try something. I doubt it'll work, considering.
As you attempt to touch her, she punches you in the face for 5 damage.
I don't think that stops Tarkin moving his arm.
I don't think that stops Tyka either. I feel like his head just kind of goes back for a second. He's like, "Oh, just one moment."
That does sound like a Tarkin.
Gets punched. One moment, just let me do this.
I'll need you to make an athletics check to try to grab her.
Oh, that's a low ass roll.
She rolls out of your grasp and onto her feet on the other side of the table.
I'm not trying to heal you. I'm trying to see if this sort of magic will work. I wouldn't do anything that would purposely harm you.
Get out.
I'll get out if you just let me try. Then I'll leave.
I can assume the Zangief position.
You come in here, she says, claiming to come back from the dead when my squad could not, and then dangle a family over me.
I'm not trying to dangle anything over you.
You have. Get out.
Oh man, I wish I fucking dude. Oh what? I wish I was there, dude.
You could follow if you like.
Okay, yeah, follow.
He says,
You guys walk into the medical tent. You hear this argument going on in the back room of the temple.
"You do realize what I had to go through, right? If you're gonna get that upset, you at least need to hear the full story.
I've heard enough.
They were all murdered by Tiamat. I found their bodies with the rest of my village. I then strayed from the path of light and slaughtered a lot of people, many whom did not deserve it.
So you're saying that you found redemption through your trials?
Yes, I stopped the dragon from attacking Luxkin on the bridge. I died in the process, and 200 years later, here I am.
Ooh, what you talking about?
It's at this point that when Scarlet and Thanrail, you step into the temple and you hear this argument going on in the back room and you make your way in.
He says, "So, if you'll please just let me try this, then I will leave you alone."
What gives you the right to throw your life down for others, but not let me do the same?
Because there's a difference about it. Mine couldn't be helped while yours could. If I could have done that and lived, I would have.
But would your sacrifice have meant anything then?
Well, it wouldn't have been a sacrifice, it would have been a victory. And yes, it still would have. Because all those people got away.
He glares at you, and then he shifts her glare to Scarlet and Thanrail, who were just entering.
As they enter, Tychon will be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, was I yelling?"
I'll be like, ooh, if looks could
I think
kill,
you
god
both
damn.
were yelling. I could hear you from outside.
My apologies.
So, what you whinging about?
Ariana says, This fool is trying to hold his family over me.
Tyken looks at the party and gives it a look like, because I hold things over people.
That sounds very unlike the Tyken I know.
All I want, says Ariana, is to die in battle and do something great for the Order. And I cannot do that while I am resting in a bed or wherever you want to put me to sleep. I will help until my dying breath.
Tyken holds up a hand and says, hold on. Or he looks at the party and says, does anyone... He looks at, do you know the process of ceremorphosis?
So what of this?
He says, the thing that Archie said, the thing... You remember they stick the thing in your nose or your eye?
Sounds disgusting, and I probably don't remember it. But, maybe?
He looks at her and says, what about you?
At Ariana?
Mm-hmm.
The Mind Flayers were careful to explain in great detail the process.
So you would know that if you do this until you die from it, you will turn into one. And then possibly kill some allies.
No, I won't. Vindra took care of that.
Are you sure you don't have brain damage?
Tenraya does not speak for us. She speaks for herself.
Out of game,
Ariana-
valid question.
Ariana walks up to you, Thanraya, and the whispers start to get violent in your head.
Fine.
Ariana says, "You're the mighty slayer of Arkan the Cruel."
Well, this is unexpected.
Undone by a treacherous ally.
I shrug and I'm like, yeah, it is, yeah.
She then glares from you to Tykan and then looks back at you and says, "You choose your allies better."
Mm.
And yet I'm one of them.
I don't know what I honestly I have no retort because I should have chose my allies better. That's why I have the ones I have now.
Perhaps you should pick allies that don't stick their nose into other people's business.
For once, I can kind of agree with what you're saying.
Who the fuck are you siding with, man?
But I would say, but unfortunately, it is one of his charms.
He's just a good guy.
Ariana sighs, and the whisper's quiet, and she looks at you, Tykan. And the whispers seem to be calming as she looks at you, Tykan. She says, "I understand that you want to help. But I don't want your help. I don't need your help."
Okay. I can see where you don't want my help, but I have to completely disagree on whether or not you need it.
I mean, what if we just kill you now and bring you back?
We both know I won't come back.
We have ways of making it not your choice.
She sighs and says, "I will agree to your help, Tykan, under one condition only. Bring back my entire squad first.
Are they all buried nearby?
About 200 miles south in what's left of the Mind Flayer lair.
Why?
Alright,
Because,
well,
because that's where they turned.
Yeah, but why bring them back?
I won't allow myself to be brought back until they're back first. Because that I was their leader.
alright, well.
Well, you didn't do much of a good job, did you?
Oh!
The whispers get
Before they
violent
say
again.
that,
Yeah.
Tyken would say, "Very well, I will see what I can do. I will buy some new boots for this very long walk."
As soon as we're able. Because we do have some other business to attend to first.
Fine. In the meantime, I will continue to fight.
I trust in your abilities.
I don't. Seems our judgment's a bit impaired.
Smacks her
Maybe,
upside the head.
It's back.
I did notice she was dragging her foot a little bit. Maybe it's not all up there.
Turns Thanrea around and kicks her out the door.
I
Get it all.
refuse.
I refuse your refusal.
You gotta kick me out, Misty. Step behind you.
I Misty
Oh,
step back.
Vindra says, "Can you not, please?"
What?
I was joking. I don't actually Misty step.
Okay. Okay.
It's just the way we are.
Ariana says to you, Tyken. Those are my terms.
May I?
I think we can work with that.
I don't know. What's the benefit here?
We bring the soldiers back. We heal this person.
But
Happy people, but more allies. I see no detriment.
but but if they're dead, they're kind of useless, no?
Well, that's why they're being brought back to life.
So you're gonna go around to all of the soldiers that have potentially died and do the
Uh-huh.
same thing?
I mean, obviously, it's their choice whether or not they want to come back, but I'm willing.
Well, seems like a wasted effort to me, but you can do what you want, I guess.
Hey, looks Maria directly in the eye. When have I not wasted time on wasted efforts before? And he has a big stupid smile, and he's gonna go lay back down in his bed.
Okay. Ariana lays down, and you hear the sound of regeneration spells being cast, which you believe Tycan to be prolonging this process of death. Pushing back the clock.
I really want to lay hands on him.
Well, there's another thing that we can do later.
Side quest. I love side quests.
Now, Thanrea, isn't there something you've been looking forward to? It's now after the battle. Shouldn't you be going to ask?
Yeah! And then I run out.
Yep. As you run out, you
Thank
see
God.
as you run out, you see Eliza shouting at people. Defenses are being rebuilt. Wounds are being dealt with. You see,
She looks at
see Eliza.
Ariana. There you go. She's out of here for a while.
She says as she puts her head back down on the bed, and the healing begins.
She walks out as well.
Thanrea, you approach Eliza. Current leader of the Order, who is currently talking with some people as you approach.
Madam? Ma'am? How old
Thanrea.
are you?
28.
Miss.
That's... You want something?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. She sighs.
Scarlet just walks up from behind. It's like, yep, I kind of figured some people would forget after a battle like that.
And that
Hell, even she forgot.
I
Eliza,
always remember my rewards.
Eliza says, I was hoping you'd forget.
Yeah, but
I feel like that's just not a thing that would happen.
yeah, no, unfortunately.
You know,
She-
just
she-
out of
she said-
game, just
She says, okay, so I've explained the risks to you.
Yes. Do I need to sign something?
No. You will need someone to call you back.
Yes. Ah, shit. Give me a sec.
Yep. you run into Tyken, who's currently got two clerics healing his nasty wound.
Oi, Taken.
yes.
I grab his face
Yes.
and then I just uncork like 2 bottles of healing potions. I'm like, drink it!
Oh my god.
No, I'm good. You can put her back.
You can't speak. You're gargling on health potions.
Yeah.
I felt like it would end with him coughing a bunch and just being like, if you wanted to kill me, there's easier ways.
It's fine. The health potions will heal it.
Scarlet walks up behind and's like, she's just really excited to become a werewolf.
And I
Wait,
also
what?
use my 11 points of healing hands on him as well.
Okay.
And she needs your help. Apparently she can't put it into words, so she force-fed you.
You are my designated executioner. So
But
get
I
up.
don't want to.
I don't care.
Look,
But
Tyken,
I
you can
don't
make it
wanna
a lot
kill you.
faster.
But I don't want to kill them.
It's only if she fails.
You know, that's a good point.
There you
And
go.
I doubt they would do that. I have confidence. So you know what? We like gambling here. I'll do it.
I don't.
I mean, 50-50.
You know, as they say, that means 100%.
At this point, Eliza steps in, following Thanray and that. Eliza steps in and says, Tyken, do you understand the burden? upon
The
you.
burden of what?
If she was to go through the trial, her body would become one with the beast.
Mhm.
It will lash out, attempt to kill you and escape. Your task will
Oh.
be to keep her from getting out. And if the process goes on too long and she fully transforms, then she will be lost, and it will be your job to kill her.
I'm aware. I have the utmost faith that she'll succeed. But should she not, I am prepared.
Another role in this trial is for the caretaker, gesturing at you, Tyken, or caretakers, gesturing at you, Scarlet, if you wish.
If needed, I will intervene.
To call her back. Eliza then looks at you, Thanrea, and says, the trial of the beast is both internal and external. Externally, your body will be fighting against your former friends and allies. Internally, you will be locked in a battle of mental wills against the beast itself, to try to beat it into submission, to try to force it to your will, or try to negotiate some sort of deal.
Yep.
Furthermore, you have celestial blood, yes?
Yes.
That will make it more difficult.
That's why I've designated Taken as my
Not for Tycan, but for you.
Yes, I understand, which means if I fail, the person I want to kill me is Taken.
No, I mean internally.
Yes, I know.
The beast turns strength into weakness. The very strength of your Asimar blood will serve against you. There's
guess
only
we'll have
one.
to see.
There's only one in the order who has Asimar blood who's managed to survive, and Eliza gestures at Vindra, that angel chick.
That's fine.
You don't understand. Vindra has had 3 children. All of them Asimar. None of them survived the trial. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm trying to warn you.
I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I'm very stubborn.
If you're,
You did
if
say LOL no to Bell.
Also, you know, I'm not silly. I understand risks. You know, going into hell, killing Archon. There was a risk that I wouldn't even get to the bastard.
that in fact is the reason why the rest of the leadership have decided to allow it.
Well, cool for me.
Eliza then looks at you, Tycan, and says, "Understand that everything she is currently capable of, plus more, will be put against you."
You can handle it as I slap his hole.
He just
I'll
It's
just make
just,
sure he doesn't die.
Tarkin
Unless you
nods and
wanna
says,
turn-
I fully accept.
And if she bites you while in that state, I'm sure you understand what will happen then.
I will have to have an amputation. He smiles.
Don't worry, I'll go for the lower body.
She nods. She nods and says, "There is a reason why usually when someone in the order takes on the trial, it's someone who's already beaten the trial.
Yeah.
It cannot be turned. It's already turned. It does carry significant risk. But if you are willing and able, you're welcome to."
How long?
Imagine this.
How long does trials
is-
normally last? By the way.
It depends on the person. David's father beat the trial in under 5 minutes. He beat the beast into submission.
Okay, so that won't work. Got it.
Others, however, David's sister took well over an hour before the transformation was complete. Before he had to kill her. It varies rapidly. For me, it took about 30 minutes.
Did you create the circle that I asked for, by the way?
They are finishing the touches on it now, yes.
Cool.
She looks at you, Tygan, with this deadly serious look, and she says, "Usually it's children of the age of 12 that go through the trial, because at that age they are not as strong as they would be when they're adults."
Tarkin just kind of makes a face. He's like, I really don't like that. I wish I could live the rest of my life without hearing that.
Eliza says, "They are willing. Like, there's no force into this. What I'm saying is, you'll be fighting Thanrea as she is now."
I'd much rather do that than a 12-year-old. Won't
Right,
lie,
well-
some harsh judgments from Titan going on right
Oh
now.
no! Oh, I get it. I get it. Yeah. But Tycan, you would understand that like, if they were to go crazy, then like it's easier to stop them.
Oh yeah, but he also understands it's a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12-year-old that's trying to rip out your throat.
This is basically a cult. It's just like you say that they're willing, but they don't know any better. They are conditioned.
Yeah,
As you-
you don't know that.
As you say that, Eliza says, "Well, we all want to make our families proud. I suppose in that aspect, you're right.
I believe it's a good time to change the subject.
Regardless, regardless, if you want to rest beforehand, that would be welcome. Otherwise, we
Please
can
and
begin."
thank you.
No, fight me now. I'm the weakest I am.
I mean, just stay up all night and get levels of exhaustion easy.
Eliza says, "It is your choice. If you want to do it now, while you're in a weakened state."
Thank you.
Scarlet just was
Oh, I need
like,
to
we could weaken her more.
I'm good. I need to wait for Tyken to.
Tyken picks up a hammer. What do you think about those kneecaps?
Eliza says,
Don't-
"Physically weakening won't make a difference, I'm afraid, however."
Well, in that case, I will gladly take a rest first.
Eliza continues and says, You saw how we regenerate in our wolven forms?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, there'll be a few moments before the regeneration is finished. The beast will regenerate your body. I don't want to tell you how to do this. Merely advise you that it will be best for you, Tyken, to be fighting fit.
He nods.
Yes, Tyken. Be fit.
And it is going on dark at this point. Outside. Eliza says, "Would you like to rest until the morning? We can
Yes,
begin
please.
at first light."
I guess we can do that.
And will you be joining them? Looking at you, Scarlet.
Sure, why not?
Just make sure you're not bitten. Unless you want to be like us.
I'll make sure.
I won't bite hard. Wink.
I will
Man,
ignore
I
that.
didn't know Ty could get any more uncomfortable. I'm kidding.
And if you survive, we can perhaps talk about shutting that portal like you said. We believe, given the scale of that attack, we have a few days at least until more come through. I remember you saying that you wish to go in there, Tyken.
Oh, I will go in there.
In the next few days would be ideal before the forces in there have fully reformed.
That's the idea. The idea is we're going to get a new puppy, and then we're going to go in there.
He nods and says, "Understood. I won't send you in alone. Assuming you survive, gesturing at Thanaria, I'm sure those in the Order will be willing to charge in with you."
Ooh, honestly, the less people, the better for me.
Understood.
I get too concerned about the well-being of the other people, and then it's hard to concentrate. And
Eliza says, "I understand. It's my job to lead the Order, and it's my job to make decisions to keep the Order intact for the future. I won't order anyone to go into that portal, but if people volunteer, and that will be their choice to make.
And then I can't say no because I know how it would feel.
Besides, if this is the means to close the portal and free the Order up to fight other things, say dragons, then well, it'll be a great benefit to the Order.
I just wanted to use a forage. Now I've got to go to the abyss.
And possibly kill a friend.
Right now, Tyke is just thinking, I want to go home.
Yep. Eliza says, "Well, you're welcome to rest here the night, Tyken.
And, well, as I was wounded, I do believe I am under strict orders to stay in the medical tent for observation as is procedure.
And the clerics are moving around you and fussing over you and splashing holy water on your wounds and things. And
Yeah, with how much
When they
they're
splash him with holy
fussing.
water, he's like, it's like when I was a boy.
Sorry, Scarlet.
No, I just laughed at it.
Okay. Eliza says, Fenrir, you're welcome to rest for the night. Prepare yourself. If you wish for me to help train you briefly in some forms of meditation to help you better fight the beast, you're welcome to.
I
Say
would
yes.
like.
Better say yes.
La la la. And start whistling.
Eliza says, I've never known anyone to not want to go through that to prepare as thoroughly as I could, but it's your choice. Come, as she leads you out of the temple. Garlet, you follow?
Yup.
As Eliza leads Fenrir and Scarlet across a section of the inner settlement they have here to a large stone chamber. At a glance, the stone chamber is reinforced with multiple layers. The door is made out of iron with multiple bolts. At a glance, the bolts are magical. The door is enchanted. There are bars on the windows that are also enchanted. Eliza gets to the door and looks at you both and says, "This is where we undergo the trials." And then opens the door. Inside, you see a large concrete room, about 50 feet by 50 feet in a square, with about a 25-foot high roof. In the center are a series of chains and shackles built into the floor. The walls are covered in scratch marks and dried blood. Very clearly, people have gone wolf here.
Woof woof.
Lining the edge of the room, you see multiple stone pillars, as described by you, Fenrir, indicating the Stormlord, Tempest. There are 3 members in the Order with chisels that are currently carving these pillars for you as you enter. Eliza says, "Does this suit you?"
Very much so, and I'll sit down in the middle.
Sit down. Do you do anything while sitting down, or just sit down?
This is where I will be meditating and trying to communicate for
Would you-
potential advice.
Would you like me to assist?
Sure.
She sits down in front of you. I'll get you to make me a religion check if you're attempting to communicate with Valis for advice.
You said religion?
Yes. Oh, actually, charisma. Religion's fine. That's fine.
I mean,
Um,
charisma would have been better, but
Make me a charisma check. Could you communicate with your patron via charisma? That's fine. Okay. As you close your eyes, Scarlet, you're watching this. Scarlet?
Yeah.
Wow. As you watch this, you sort of find a spot in the corner to watch. Before anything happens to you, then Rare, Eliza begins to guide you on breathing, how to breathe, to calm your mind and things. And you get a sense they all know how to do this. This is part of their thing. It's not just raw strength; it's also mental fortitude.
And the ability to breathe. It's very useful.
Well, the ability to breathe in a calming way.
I know, I was making a joke.
As you follow these instructions, Thanrea, or no?
Yeah, I do.
As you follow the instructions, and it actually works. It actually helps calm your mind. And in a flash, suddenly Eliza's voice is gone. And you're on that stormy, grassy plain with lightning flashing overhead. As the storm flashes around you, Thanrea. What do you do?
Bellis, I wish to speak if possible.
A bolt of lightning hits the ground about 10 feet from you, and in a flash, there's an male angelic form cloaked in lightning and full plate. It's been a while since we've spoken.
It has. It's good to see you're well. I hear things are potentially not great.
We are taking our turns fighting Tiamat. But for now, I am uninjured.
Good to see.
And by the way, his voice isn't just a regular voice. It's like lightning cracking and to make a voice. Sorry, thunder cracking.
I was hoping you could give me some advice on the trial I'll be undertaking soon.
I have been disconnected from the material plane. Which trial do you speak of?
The lycanthropy trial.
He just stares for a second.
If it's something you are against, I won't do it. Because I trust you.
What is the purpose of going through this trial? What is your goal?
The benefits and boons that it gives will lead to a smoother execution of Tiamat's consorts and alike.
Strength to defeat your enemies.
This is war.
Such a trial will carry risk. You are aware of this.
I am aware.
The lightning cracks again as Valis says, some weapons are broken under stress and others become stronger. I am curious to see which you will. I'm curious to see what will happen with you.
hopefully the edge doesn't get any nicks in it.
This beast. It's our pact will not be impacted by the introduction of this beast, but it may muddy the waters.
Can you explain in greater detail?
This beast may want things. Much like I want things. There may come times when our goals do not align.
Can I ask you a serious question? Are you able? Do you possess the power to give me the benefits? The lycanthropy, fuck, I can't say the word. The
Lycanthropy.
werewolf
Yep.
lycanthropy. Do you have the power to give me the benefits a lycanthropy does? Because if so, I would need to introduce something like that.
The strength that that particular curse carries is beyond what I can offer. The entity known as the Beast is from a different place. A bolt of lightning strikes, everything goes white, and then as the light fades, the storm is gone. Sorry, the storm remains. But you are no longer on that open plain. Instead, you're in a thick, thick jungle. Purple trees. Stars in the sky breaking through the dense cloud cover. You recognize immediately where you are, Fenrir. You're in the Feywild. A deep section of the Feywild.
Yeah.
This beast is of a power similar to my own. From deep within the darkest corner of the Feywild. To face it is to face an archfey.
Well, that's unexpected.
They feed on emotion. I cannot give you these abilities because they are not in my realm of expertise. But I can give you advice. As I sense you are determined to do this.
Please understand that it's not that I'm unhappy with what you've given me.
I understand in full. You are not seeking to replace, but simply to hone strength further.
Yes.
Which is why I'm willing to offer advice.
I will happily take it.
Archfey are creatures of emotion, of instinct. This beast will dig through every memory you have, even the ones you can't remember. It will find a way through those emotions to beat you, imprison you. In many ways, it may be similar to Bell, using your drive for revenge to tempt you to the other side.
Man, Bell is really a scratch on my record, huh?
Could also use fear. There's another bolt of lightning, and suddenly you're in that. You're in your old family estate when you were just a child, running and hiding from the big red dragon outside. You could use your fear. You could use your anger. You must come to terms with these, or it will use these as a weapon against you.
I don't know if I have any fears.
In particular, he's out of game. He's referring to when Thanrea was a child in her home when the red dragon attacked and was so frightened.
Yeah, that's fair. I was a kid. Hmm.
Fears,
So,
fears and desires from your present and your past are its weapon.
let's see. So, keeping my emotions under control are really the best way?
Yes. And this order that you speak of, the ones offering the trial,
Yes.
I sense that they do the same every day of their lives. And that brings your mind back to when you're with David in the cart and he was meditating in the cart and that sense of danger around him was subsiding.
Mm.
You get a sense that's what that was. It wasn't a one and done, you now have it. It's a consistent battle. But with that said, you also saw the recording of David's father, who called upon the beast as a friend. So there is a sense of like a give and take, but at some point a relationship can form.
Yeah.
Alice says, "You have set up a way to contact me. It seems in the chamber you are."
Yep.
The beast will no doubt resist, but call upon me during your trial. If you can reach out, I can help.
I appreciate your guidance and your help.
Together we may be able to tame this beast and use its power.
That's hopefully the plan. I will hopefully see you soon.
Alice nods. I will await your word. There's another bolt of lightning, and suddenly you're back in the chamber. Scarlet, it's been more than an hour with Thanrea sitting there meditating.
Jesus Christ.
And Scarlet, you notice something as you're watching for an hour. Sol? Is Sol muted? Sol, you're muted.
Oh,
You notice something. as this hour goes by. It starts off faint at first, but you notice some of Thanray's hair is beginning to stand up on end, and towards the end of the hour, there's full-on static electricity shooting off Thanraya.
Huh.
Eliza's still sitting there meditating as well. Opens her eyes and looks back at you, Scarlet, and says, "Is that a normal thing? Just ring it the lightning."
I've never seen her meditate, so no.
I see. Perhaps this is her Asama guide.
Possibly.
It's at this point that Thanray, you wake up. And as you wake up, all your hair falls back down again.
That was a good chat.
Was it productive? Says Eliza.
Yes. Yes, I was. I got some good advice. And I wouldn't call it identity, but a little bit of knowledge about what I'm dealing with.
Because she said, Eliza says, "Well, that's good. That could help. I wish I could give you advice myself more than I already have, but I'm sure, as you understand now, the trial is a deeply internal thing. We all have
Yes.
our own emotions to deal with, and the beast will play with them."
Well, on the plus side, I'm gonna find out what emotions I have left.
The beast does have a way of bringing those to the surface.
I'm gonna practice meditating for a few more hours before I go rest.
Of course. The work is done, and as you look around, you can see the statues, like the stone pillars that have been put in, are now finished in that hour.
God damn, they look quick.
Eliza says, "You're welcome to meditate here. I don't think there's any more guidance I can give you on that. You seem to be a natural."
Much appreciated. I had a good teacher.
"As did I," says Eliza. Stands up and says, "We have beds arranged for you," and she gestures in a direction. For when you do want to rest.
I appreciate it.
For you as well, Scarlet.
Thank you.
I'm afraid there's none fitting a former leader, but I'm sure you don't mind.
It'll be fine.
Eliza bows her head and says, "I do have work to do. First light." Is that when you want to do it?
Yes.
Very well. I'll make sure to be up at first light. I'll post guards outside when the trial does begin, so if Tycan is unable to stop you, then one of us can.
Thank you.
She nods her head. With that, she turns and leaves. With that, Thanray, you meditate for a bit before resting?
Yes.
Cool. For this, I need you to make a wisdom check for me, just to see how you meditate
Oh, that's not good.
on your own accord.
Oh, maybe it is.
As you meditate, Thanraya.
Yeah.
As you meditate. As you meditate on this, you meditate on... What are you meditating on precisely? What are you trying to meditate on?
the ability to feel nothing.
Okay. As you think about this and you're focusing on this, your thoughts begin to shift to rage, anger, revenge against the Order of the Burning Dawn, the ones that betrayed you. The desire to be respected and feared. And finally, the fear of running from that dragon in your home. The pain of seeing your family's burned bodies after Ashathindar was done. And you fight through them and you are unable to quieten them with an 18.
Oh shit. That's fair. Although I have no wisdom mods, so that's fucked.
You get a sense that this is going to be one of the hardest things you've ever done in your life. So many things that this beast could use as a weapon against you that you're not sure that you'll see beyond dawn tomorrow. But we'll see.
Well,
Valor City'd help.
certainly less confident.
Valor City would help. That's some confidence there, but it will be by no means easy.
It
We'll see.
seems to be the case.
But with that, you eventually rest.
Yep.
Scarlet, your quarters are found for you.
Mm-hmm.
They've made an effort to make it somewhat luxurious, but it is a wartime bed. But it's comfortable enough.
That works.
If you want, do you want to do anything else for the night, Scarlet, or just sleep and prepare yourself for potentially Werewolf and Rhea?
You know what? She'll practice her alert before she goes to sleep. It's really a thing that you can practice at any point in time.
This is true. I'll get you to make a check for me. I believe it was perception. That we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm loading up my thing. Cool. That is not a success, unfortunately. As basically you sit there you sort of lay there in your bed and listen and try to pinpoint things, but the scale of the battle you just had and things and what Thanray is potentially going through tomorrow, and also the uneasy sense of werewolves all around throws you off your game. But while you didn't succeed in that, you do succeed in tiring yourself out and falling asleep. Then Rhea eventually find your bed. It's comfortable, and you sleep quite easily after that. And Tycan,
Yes, sir.
the temple has magical lights which they dim as people go to sleep.
That's cute.
Your wounds are mostly healed. It's just a good night's rest is all you're now going to need.
Ah.
You do see Ariana does leave at some point. Seemingly whatever regeneration they were doing is done. And she's immediately back on duty. But you sleep well within the Temple of Selûne.
It feels nice and cozy.
And as you
Because
rest,
it's Tyken, and even though he's surrounded by werewolves and demons literally just attack, that doesn't stop him from being like, it doesn't matter, I can take it if it attacks me while I'm asleep.
And it's interesting because everywhere else in the Order's camp, you've had that sensation, but within the temple you don't as much. You would presume, Tyken, that it's because the people in the temple, although like the clerics and that, although they are werewolves as well, they are much more spiritual. And they're meditating regularly, and they're reading holy texts, and they're keeping it under control way better than everyone else. And it is a safe place. Salune is known as the god of protection from monsters in the night.
This
so
is true.
there is no safer place. And you rest peacefully up until morning. And that's where I'm going to call it there, because next session we'll do Thanraya's trial.
Ah!
As you blue ball, Josh.
Get fucked.
No,
So glad!
I would like Dinks to be there for this as well, because he'd probably be.
I know. I just think it's funny because I do the same thing to my party, regardless if it's because I want someone to be there.
But yeah, so just to clarify, when I say call Thanraya back, essentially it'll be a case of trying to call her back to the light. Like, you can speak to the body and that will be controlled by the beast, but something might get through.
It's alright. I know the best way to call her back. Before we start, I'll forge a dog whistle.
But it's kind of like in like shows or movies where someone's in a coma and you're like, come on, come back to us.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Only in this case, it'll be the person in the coma is actively attacking you.
Yep.
And Tarkin's like, wake up, you dumb bitch! Smites with a left hook.
Like, I give you the pimp hand, but I smite with it.
My plan is have Tyken fight the beast while I'm just dodging behind, and just like whenever needed, I warding maneuver Tyken, so he takes half damage if she hits.
I mean,
You just get strapped to Tarkin's back and your arms are under his arms.
I
See.
refuse.
no. What we do, right, is those things that you put like kids in to hold them on your back.
I refuse.
Tigan puts her in one of those.
She refuses. She would rather help the werewolf.
But like,
Well, that
assuming,
was a good session.
assuming Thanraya succeeds, like, oh my god, the buffs are amazing.
Yes. You
See,
think.
Yes,
I'm
blue
trying
ball
to get
him
buff,
more. Tease,
but I'm going about it a
Josh.
different way. See, since I found out that Cleve Kenrick's dead, I did find out that there's a position opened in Helm's Domain
God damn it.
for a Chosen, and Chosens are very strong.
Man, you greedy
Tarkin's
motherfuckers.
a bit fucking greedy.
You're a greedy motherfucker too. Don't you talk about...
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, a position has been opened.
You got an army.
Who?
You
It's not mine. I'm not the
I
leader.
mean, it is.
You could tell them to lick your shoes and they would.
It pretty much is. Like,
I'm not the leader.
Like that's your benefit. You got an army of werewolves.
Yeah.
I'm not greedy about it.
No.
I want to fix
I'm
the
not greedy
moon.
about it either. I just found out that there was a position in Helm's Domain that's open. And I kind of want to put in an application. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, look, man. I haven't been greedy for anything, alright? Tarkin over here has a kick-ass sword, right? That can fucking smite
Thank you,
through the
Mama.
ages, right? You got all
to
this
be
cool
fair,
shit, alright?
I could smite like that
Everything
with
that
a stick.
I have, I've had to pay with gold and wait time for, alright?
And then next week you die.
I've had to wait for my armor, Jim.
Yeah, but you got a cool ass sword too. I mean, my sword's pretty cool, but like,
Yeah, your sword became really cool recently.
look, man.
hey,
Honestly,
you are forgetting the greatest weapon you have now.
The kobolds?
Yes.
they did screw it. I'm just saying, Sona's weapon from the Evil campaign has literally made everything else not as good. Like,
That's a different campaign.
I know it's a different campaign, but I still got to use it. It's just like I like the sword that I have, but man, that's
I like the sword that I have too.
supernova, man.
It's just so great to
Oh,
be able to be like, you know what?
What
I feel
I'll
like
do
doing max
while I
damage.
have you, Josh, I will fix your attack roll thing.
As for me, I'm gonna end the stream and then get out of here.
Oh,
What?
Bye.
Wow.
Bye.
Have you seen Ruby? Have you seen Ruby?
Yes.
Yay! How good is it? Okay, see you
Very.
later.
See ya. As for everyone else, I'm gonna find someone to raid. And then look forward to tomorrow. I'm going to stream then. And then the day after is Lunacore once again. And I believe it's going to be another social. So I don't know how long it'll actually be there. Not that I don't like socials. But as a halfway antisocial person, I can't do that for long periods of time. So yeah, stay tuned. Rating my friend Aldrian. And see you guys tomorrow.